Born to be wild or behind bars, USA Today says dozens of members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club were picked up in an FBI sweep across Indiana yesterday. The nature of the charges have not been revealed, but word has it they included racketeering and mail fraud. Happened shortly after midnight at a midnight screening of The Dark Knight. A gunman came into the theater number 9 at the Century 16. You're looking at live pictures right now from the scene of the crime, and he opened fire after throwing a can of tear gas out. One witness said he was wearing a long coat, which is reminiscent of the Columbine shooting. James Holmes, he's 24 years old. They do have him in custody. There are at least 100 FBI agents, SWAT team, police on the scene. You're looking at live video now outside of Mr. Holmes' apartment, where he told the police that he had explosives inside his apartment building. Gunman in Colorado's deadly Dark Knight shooting will be in court this morning, and based on evidence in his booby-trapped apartment, investigators believe James Holmes was planning the massacre for months. Obamacare survives, but the fight is far from over since the Supreme Court's leader, John Roberts, argued Obamacare is more like a tax. John Roberts, the Chief Justice, said, in essence, that's how it lives. Healthcare stocks shot up yesterday, and Mitt Romney scored an extra $1 million in his presidential campaign. President Obama reveals his biggest mistake since taking over the big house: too much perspiration and not enough inspiration.
The mistake of my first term.
The FBI has been busy today. They will release new evidence in the Trayvon Martin case this morning. Florida's state attorney is expected to release FBI reports today shedding light on whether race played a role. Penn State, you are guilty of a cover-up. So says lead investigator and former FBI bigwig Louis Freeh.
The evidence.
It's a first for the U.S. Attorney General. The House has voted to hold Eric Holder in contempt of Congress. Next stop, the court. It's a scary situation we've been following in Columbus, Ohio this morning as a freight train derails and catches fire. People are being evacuated. We will have the very latest for you from Columbus, Ohio, coming up. Fire crews are still working to put out flames after a freight train derailed, hurting 2 people. Right now, a mile-wide area of Columbus is evacuated and hazmat teams are on the scene. Nearly 24 Tony Robbins self-help fans in California were burned while walking on hot coals. What? The Fire Walk is a signature event at Robbins' Unleash the Power Within seminars. The makers of a $99 gaming console called Ouya, they raised $3 million in 8 hours, a record breaker for any crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter to date. The gaming console built on Android is billed as cheaper and hacker-friendly.
There is no telling if today's testimony in the case against Casey Anthony will be anywhere near as dramatic. Moderator of Meet the Press, David Gregory, joins me now live from Washington, D.C. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Andrea.
Let's talk about the budget. The clock is ticking for lawmakers to come up with an agreement over the debt ceiling. How are their discussions coming along?
Well, it's going to go down to the wire, it appears.
Republicans still looking for more choices.
Well, I think they are. Our polling indicates that there's still a high level of dissatisfaction.
Less than 3 weeks from the final space shuttle launch, NASA crews are hard at work getting Atlantis ready to go. The book we all turn to find out how much our cars are worth just released a new list of cool cars, and they are all affordable.